Do you ever feel like life's unpredictability is wearing you down? Are you tired of trying to control every little thing that happens? If you're nodding along, you're in the right place. Today we're taking on a big challenge: how to actually thrive when life gets messy. We'll look at real ways to handle uncertainty better and even find some happiness in the chaos. Want to change how you deal with life's ups and downs? Let's jump in. Picture this. You're standing at the edge of a swirling storm. The wind whips around you, threatening to pull you in. That's your life right now, chaotic and more than a little scary. We've all been there, right? That moment when everything feels out of control. We often see chaos as our enemy, something to be conquered or avoided. We plan, we organize, we try to force life into neat little boxes. But what if chaos isn't your enemy at all? What if it's actually a hidden opportunity? I know it sounds crazy, but think of chaos like a fierce dragon in stories. At first glance, it's terrifying. But dragons aren't just monsters, they're often guardians of treasure or sources of wisdom. Let me share a quick story. A few years back, my carefully planned life fell apart. My job was overly stressful. A few friendships deteriorated, a relationship ended. I felt like I was drowning. But looking back, that period forced me to reevaluate everything. It pushed me to take risks I never would have considered before. In short, it led me to where I am today. That's the secret power of chaos. When everything's up in the air, new possibilities emerge. It's scary, but it's also freeing. Uncertainty can transform your life in unexpected ways. So here's what I'm proposing. Instead of fighting the chaos, what if you became the hero of your own chaotic story? What if you saw each challenge as a chance to grow, each setback as an opportunity to pivot? I know it's not easy, but learning to work with chaos instead of against it can open up a whole new world of possibilities. Before we dive into how to do that, though, we need to understand something important. We need to figure out why we're so afraid of chaos in the first place, because once we unmask that fear, we can start to see the opportunities hiding behind it. Ready to take a closer look at what's really holding us back? Let's go. You know that feeling when your heart races and your palms get sweaty at the thought of uncertainty? It's actually an ancient survival mechanism that's gone a bit haywire in our modern world. Our brains are still running that old software, trying to keep us safe from saber-toothed tigers when we're really just facing a big presentation at work. In today's world, change is the only constant. We're basically living in a never-ending maze where the walls keep shifting. One day, you're confidently navigating your career path, and the next, your industry is flipped upside down by some new tech. It's enough to make anyone's head spin. This instinct to avoid uncertainty shows up in our daily lives in all sorts of sneaky ways. Ever find yourself putting off a big project? That's your brain trying to dodge the possibility of failure. Or maybe you felt that knot in your stomach before a big change, even if it's a good one. That's your inner cave person saying, "Hold up." We don't know what's out there. But here's the thing. Our attempts to avoid chaos often cause more problems than the chaos itself. We get so caught up in trying to control everything that we miss out on amazing opportunities. We stick with jobs we hate or relationships that aren't working because the unknown seems scarier than our current unhappiness. The truth is, learning to roll with the punches isn't just helpful, it's essential for thriving in our fast-paced, ever-changing world. The ability to adapt, to see opportunity in uncertainty, these are the real superpowers of the modern age. So, how do we start seeing chaos as a chance to grow instead of a threat? How do we train our brains to get excited about the unknown instead of freaking out? That's exactly what we're going to explore next. Once you start embracing uncertainty, you'll wonder why you ever tried to fight it in the first place. Remember that moment when your carefully crafted life plan suddenly shattered? Maybe it was losing your dream job or watching a relationship you thought was forever crumble. It felt like the world was ending, right? But here's the thing. Those chaotic moments often become our greatest teachers. Chaos has a way of pushing us into unfamiliar territory. It's uncomfortable, even scary, but that's where real growth happens. Think of it like an intense training session for your life skills, leaving you stronger and more resilient than before. When everything's spinning, we're forced to reevaluate what truly matters. All those things we thought were so important, like maintaining a perfect social media image or impressing people we don't even like, start to fade away. Instead, we get laser focused on our core values and priorities. Chaos has this amazing ability to strip away the fluff and reveal who we really are. Some of the world's most incredible discoveries came from moments of total chaos. Take penicillin or innovative startups born during economic downturns. These examples show us that when everything falls apart, there's room for something entirely new to emerge. Now, you might be wondering, how do I actually start embracing chaos in my everyday life? Start by noticing those moments of uncertainty. Instead of panicking, get curious. Ask yourself, what could this teach me? What opportunity might be hiding here? The real magic happens when you start dancing with chaos instead of fighting it. You gain incredible clarity about what truly matters in your life. It's like someone turned on a spotlight, illuminating your path forward. You start focusing your energy on the things that really light you up, instead of getting bogged down in stuff that doesn't actually matter. But hey, embracing chaos doesn't mean living in constant turmoil. It's about finding balance and learning to thrive in uncertainty. How do we find our center in the middle of life's storms? That's exactly what we're going to explore next. Let's figure it out together. Picture this. You're in the eye of a hurricane. Everything around you is chaos, but where you stand, it's eerily calm. Sounds impossible, right? Well, I'm about to show you how to create that calm center for yourself, no matter how wild things get. Our goal here is to learn how to stand strong in the middle of life's storms. I know what you're thinking. How am I supposed to stay calm when my whole life feels like it's spinning out of control? I get it. I've been there too. But here's the secret. It's all about finding your center. Let's start with something simple but powerful, grounding yourself in the present moment. Next time you're feeling overwhelmed, try this. Take a deep breath and focus on your senses. What can you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel right now? This little trick can snap you out of panic mode and bring you back to the here and now. Self-compassion is another key. We're often our own worst critics, especially when things get messy. Instead of beating yourself up, try talking to yourself like you would a best friend. Be kind, understanding, and gentle. Now let's talk about flexible planning. When life gets chaotic, rigid plans can feel suffocating. Focus on setting adaptable goals. Think of them as a general direction rather than a specific destination. This way, you can roll with the changes without feeling like you've failed. Self-care is crucial too. Taking care of yourself, getting enough sleep, eating well, moving your body isn't selfish. It's like putting on your own oxygen mask first. You can't navigate chaos if you're running on empty. Here's something cool. Embracing chaos doesn't just help you survive tough times. It can lead to some pretty amazing personal growth. You might discover strengths and talents you never knew you had. So now that we've found our center in the storm, are you ready to take it a step further? Because next up, we're going to talk about how to turn all that chaos into opportunity. Trust me, you're going to love this part. Ever feel like life's thrown you into a giant game of Jenga? Everything's teetering and you're not sure which piece to move next. But here's the thing. That wobbly tower is full of possibilities. Chaos shakes things up and gives you a chance to rebuild in ways you never imagined. I know it can feel overwhelming when everything's up in the air. But remember, even the tiniest move forward can make a huge difference. Maybe it's sending out one job application or trying a new recipe. That little action can spark some serious momentum. So how do we spot those hidden gems in all the craziness? Get curious. Ask yourself, what doors are opening now? Maybe that unexpected setback gives you time to finally learn guitar, or a change in plans lets you reconnect with old friends. Train your brain to look for those silver linings, and they'll start popping up everywhere. History's full of amazing things born from total chaos. Airbnb and Slack are just two examples of companies that found success by adapting to crazy times. They saw potential where others only saw roadblocks. The best part? Navigating through chaos can lead to some major personal growth. It's like life's way of helping you figure out what really matters. You might discover strengths you never knew you had, or passions that were hiding just beneath the surface. Here's your challenge. Next time life throws you a curveball, try to see it as a chance to level up. What new skills could you develop? What dreams have been on the back burner that you could pursue now? Remember, every messy situation is a blank page waiting for you to write a new story. I know embracing chaos isn't always a walk in the park. Sometimes it feels like you're trying to swim upstream in a hurricane. So how do we build up that inner strength to not just survive, but actually thrive when everything's gone sideways? That's exactly what we're diving into next. Get ready to unlock your inner chaos-conquering superhero. Ever wondered why some people seem to thrive no matter what life throws at them? It's a skill called resilience. And here's the exciting part. You can develop it too. Ready to become truly chaos-proof? Resilience isn't about avoiding life's challenges. It's about bouncing back from them, often stronger than before. The good news? It's not something you're born with, but a skill you can build, like a muscle. The more you work at it, the stronger it gets. Let's talk about anti-fragility. The idea that some things actually get stronger when exposed to stress. Your resilience can work this way too. Each challenge you face is a chance to grow tougher and more adaptable. So how do we start building this inner strength? It begins with small daily habits. Practice mindfulness to stay grounded in the present moment. Treat yourself with kindness, especially when things get tough. Connect with supportive people who lift you up. These might seem simple, but they're powerful tools for weathering life's storms. Shifting Shifting your mindset is another key. Instead of seeing challenges as threats, try viewing them as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? It's not always easy, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Here's something that might surprise you. You're probably more resilient than you think. Remember all the challenges you have already overcome in your life. You're still here, aren't you? That's proof of your inner strength. The real secret to finding joy in life's messiest seasons isn't about controlling everything. It's about building the resilience to adapt and even find opportunity in the chaos. It's about trusting that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Trust me, you've got this. All right, let's wrap this up. We've explored how to face our fears, understand our reactions to uncertainty, and find peace in chaotic times. Embracing chaos isn't a skill you master overnight. It's an ongoing process. Some days you'll feel on top of it, other days not so much. And that's perfectly fine. Here's a challenge for you this week. Take one small step towards embracing chaos in your life. Try something new that pushes you out of your comfort zone, or let go of a plan that's no longer serving you. Remember, opportunities often hide in unexpected places. Are you ready to discover what chaos might have in store for you? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video.